Okay, so you are able to. Okay. If you face any issues, just let me know. I think we need to practice partitions. Yes, we have just completed theory. Yes. Yeah. I think Ankur is said some wait for 2 minutes. Yeah, 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock. Yes, yes. Yeah. Okay. We'll start. Okay. Just I'm opening my cluster. It is already opened. I make it from here. Quit. Okay. So here I'm going to create some data. I have already some data here. Cat Mahesh slash some input dot txt is there. Oh, sorry. Okay. Let me create some other directory. mkdir. Okay. batch 1100. So now I am going to create one more directory inside that mkdir batch 1100 slash branch. So I am going to create one. I'm going to create some data gedit branch slash some Hyderabad dot txt. Okay, I'm going to create one file here. My data is so my first three records. These records are belongs to some Hyderabad, for example. Okay, Hyderabad data. Okay, saved it. Just let me check whether it is created or not. Okay, it is there. So again I am going to create some pune.txt. This is my Pune data. Okay, this is my Pune data. Let's get it. Okay, this is my Pune data. Now I am going to create one Bangalore something data, Bangalore.txt. Okay, so the other records belongs to Bangalore. Okay, this is my data. So I can load the data to Hive table by using from local also I can do it, or even I can load the data from HDFS. Okay, but I will do it how to load the data from HDFS. I think we know both the areas to load the data from local and Hive, local and even HDFS. So I'm just doing from local because you know how to do it. Only the difference is load data local and path. Let me create one table in Hive. Okay, first of all, show databases. Mine is only default is that. So I'm going to create database. My database's name is, I'm going to create one test database. Okay. Now I'm going, now pt number string. Okay. Now I'm going to use my data is row format delimited fields terminated by comma. So my table is got created. If you want to describe it, you can describe it emp underscore part. This is one type of describing, and we have another thing also, describe formatted. Describe formatted. It is my another describe. It will give entire properties of that table. Database. Okay, owner, created time, last access time, retention, location, everything it is going to be mentioned. I told you by default the data is going to be stored here, user, Hive, warehouse, and test database, and in the table name as a directory. Okay. Now I'm going to load the data. Load data local in path. What is our path? It is BATCH1100 slash BRANCH branch slash Hyderabad dot txt into table. What is your table name? EMP underscore PART. What is your partition? Hyderabad partition. Partition. Okay. Partition name is. Oh, wait a minute. While I'm creating the table, I didn't created my partition table. Create table. Yeah. So I'm going to drop my table. Drop table emp underscore PART. So I'm going to create again a table because I need to put it actually partition. I forgot to put partition. Partition is branch. Branch string. Partition. Okay. Now if you can branch equal to Hyderabad. Okay, so I'm loading Hyderabad related records into my partition Hyderabad branch equal to Hyderabad. Okay, so it has to load the data. Now if you give select star from emp underscore part, so you'll get all the records like this. Now how it is stored is, it is stored something like Hadoop fs -ls. By default data is going to be stored here, as I told, Azure Hive warehouse test.db emp underscore PART. So inside that, one partition is created. If you see it, it is created on partition, As I told you in the last class, first it will create the database test.db, and inside the database table name is going to be created as a directory. Inside the directory, partition is also a one directory. It is created like branch equal to Hyderabad. So now inside that you have your original data, branch equal to Hyderabad. So you have the data here. Okay, Hyderabad.txt. I have loaded that file. Okay. Now you can give Hyderabad.txt. Now you can go to here. You can check your data. See it? This is my Hyderabad file. If you see it inside, you don't have the column value Hyderabad. But when you are trying to fetch the data, okay, it will give you the partition column name, branch name. Why? Because I already loaded the data into that particular partition. Okay, I'm loading the data into that particular partition. While I'm fetching the data, I will get the Hyderabad column also. Now we load for Bangalore. Bangalore or Pune. Pune, I will load it. Pune. So my partition name is Pune. If you see it, you will get all the data. Now, if you want only, okay, if you need only this branch equal to Hyderabad data or Pune data, you can get it like this. You need to give like this. So actually it won't search for in Hyderabad directory. It will directly go to the Pune directory, okay, here, and it will fetch the data. If you see it here, it is created two partitions. One is Hyderabad partition is created, and this Pune partition It is in Mahesh folder. M-A-H-E-S Mahesh slash input dot txt into emp underscore normal. I loaded the data. Okay, select star from emp underscore normal. Okay, this is my normal data. Okay, if you go here or HDFS directory, if you see it here, test underscore db, test.db, emp underscore normal, emp underscore normal. See how the data is stored here. The data is stored here. Okay, if you want any Hyderabad data, it has to scan. For example, I have some 1 lakh records. Okay, for example, just think that we have some some 9 lakhs records. Okay, as it is a big data, it has some 9 lakhs records. Okay, 3 lakhs records belongs to Hyderabad, 3 lakhs records belongs to Pune, 3 lakh records belongs to where? Bangalore. Okay, now if you want to fetch the data for Hyderabad related data, you need to get some 3 lakhs records. So it has to search in the entire file. Am I correct? If you are using this table, okay, if you are using this table, it has to search in the entire 9 lakhs records and it has to find out which record belongs to Hyderabad. Am I correct? Without scanning all the records, it cannot say because we don't know that record. First, it will read first record. Yeah, if it is a Hyderabad, it will write into somewhere. Okay, if it is Pune, it is not going to be writing. So, in such a way, it has to read all the 9 lakhs records. Am I correct or not? Are you
That makes
following me,
sense.
Ankur and Sandeep?
Yeah,
Yes?
it seems to be clear to me.
Yeah, what about Sandeep? Okay, whereas if you use the underscore partition table, if you need any some data for if you need any data of Hyderabad or Bangalore, you can it will search only that 3 lakhs records and it will find it. Am I correct?
Yeah,
Because so here we are reducing lot of time. Yes, am I correct?
right. Okay.
This is where the performance is giving for partition. Okay, this is why we are using partition. Okay, now you have one more question. Now, like, so I don't have a separate files. I'm getting only this type of file. You are getting only one file. dynamic partition. Okay, so now I'm going to load the data. So whenever you are loading the data from table to table, it is going to be running MapReduce job inside that. Until unless it is not going to be running. And if you are going to do any aggregation functions like sum, average, minimum or maximum or count, these are all some aggregation functions. When you are applying aggregation functions on your table on particular column, MapReduce job is going to be running. Okay, if you are not going to apply, MapReduce is not job going to be running. And even you are loading data from one table to another table, then MapReduce job is going to be running, because that insert overwrite, what I have given, insert overwrite table, the table name, that partition name, okay, partition column I need to mention, select star from the table. What is going to be happen with insert overwrite? Insert overwrite are two functions in MapReduce. That means in Java, okay, even you can say in MapReduce, that if you run the insert overwrite query, our Hive query is going to be converted, okay, converted, like we have some compiler, optimizer and parser. Though by using the parser, it is going to be convert the Hive query into a MapReduce job, and it is executing. It is connecting to the HDFS and it is executing. Okay, if you see it here, loading partition, it is created like this. The partitions are created like that inside this. Even if we can check here, previously you don't have any partitions here. Now you have the partitions. Automatically the partitions got created here. If you want to check the data also, you can check here. Copy Hadoop fs hyphen ls okay, so you can check this for this data. Copy Hadoop Hadoop fs hyphen cat. Yeah, if you see it here, this is your data. Okay, got it? So like this, the data is going to be stored here. This is called dynamic partition. You are clear? Hello? Hello?
So what's the difference between a dynamic partition and a static partition?
Static partition is, for example, if you want to, you don't want the entire all partitions data. If you need only for Hyderabad partition data, suppose if you can give like this, you can, sorry, you need to give branch equal to, inside the quotations you need to mention. Yeah, wait, insert target, but yeah, 6 columns. Okay, so select, you need to select e dot e name, I guess, in e dot e number, comma e dot e name, comma e dot salary, e dot sex, e dot sex, is this, Yeah, what is the data here? Just look into that. Yeah, salary, sex, department number. Okay, salary, sex, and DPT, E dot, DPT number, comma, E dot, branch from EMP, normal, comma, E. Table in class 0, but Korea 6 columns. I don't want to select a branch yet. Yeah, if you see it here, okay, you are giving only the Hyderabad partition. You need only Hyderabad related data. You don't want any other. Okay, you are going to mention some value. You are going to mention some value to import the data from that normal table to here. That means you need some specific partition value. Okay, you need only Hyderabad related records. Okay.
Okay.
It will you will get from that from that table. Now we'll
Right.
see select star from emp underscore part1. If you see it here, Hyderabad related data, one zero one, 102, 103. Pune, Bangalore you got 4. Pune you got 4. Here Hyderabad 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Usually we have only 2 records in Bangalore. 3 records in for Hyderabad. 3, 3, 3. Okay. Let me do one thing. So I want to copy Pune data. For example, just give me Pune. 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 You need to mention from E where, again you need to mention E where DEPT number, okay, where E dot DEPT number, no, where E dot branch, where E dot branch in Pune. So you will get only Pune records. You will get only Pune. Forget about the Hyderabad. In Hyderabad, that query is some mistake. So I'll show you the Pune records. You will get 2 sets of Pune records here. 104, 104. Everything it came 2 times, 2 times. Okay. Let me do one thing. Otherwise, select star from. Okay. I'm dropping this table. If I drop, then only you can understand clearly. Drop table emp underscore part1. I dropped it. Even I don't have here my table also. Test db. So I don't have because is a directory. Okay, ls I will go. Okay, I don't have part 1 table, I dropped it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load this only Pune data. Oh, I need to create again this table. I created it. I'm going to load only, so I will get only Pune data from that table. This is called a static partition. This is called static partition. Whatever the data you want, you are getting, that is called a static partition. If you are getting entire data, that is called a dynamic partition.
So if you're getting data for so if you specify no partition, then you're accessing a dynamic partition?
Yeah, if you see it here, you are getting only the Pune partition because I have mentioned for only for Pune. I have mentioned only for Pune.
And that's a static partition.
Yeah, this is called a static because I have mentioned value. I have mentioned the value for partition. Okay. Whereas the dynamic partition, I haven't mentioned any value. I just invoked entire data. Yeah, this is called my dynamic partition query. I'm not going to mention any value for a particular partition. I just mentioned branch. So it is going to be created all the partitions of different category of branches. Got it?
Yeah. Yeah, I understand. Thank you.
Yes, Sandeep, are you clear? Hello? I think he is there or not. Yes, Sandeep? Sandeep, hello? Yeah, you can go ahead with Ankur. You have any doubts? Because tomorrow I'm going to discuss bucketing. Okay, this is called you need to practice a lot, you people, because if you won't practice, you may have the chances to forget. Okay, until unless you people are not practicing, it will be like very difficult.
Okay. So we should practice making tables and accessing via partitions and also accessing without partitions? Those are the main things?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
you need to create a normal table, partition table. Try to load the data from file to partition table, and
Okay.
again try to create another partition table. Okay, and try to load the data from normal table to partition table. Give some dynamic partition way, and give some static partition also. In such a
Okay.
way, you need to do it.
All right. And what do we need to know about HUE? HUE or whatever it's called?
Yeah, Huu,
Uh,
mean to say,
yeah.
that is. Yeah, that is a very simple man. Like I think I already told you. See, as we are performing something, yes, something. Suppose if I am going here, few here, my username is Cloudera and password is also Cloudera. Okay.
Okay.
Now suppose now I want to work with 5. So that is the command line. This is a user interface. There is nothing difference, to there and here. Okay, so now I have a, suppose if I want to work with any database there, I need to give some use database. If I want to work with, suppose if I want to work with test database in the command line, I need to give use test. Yes, I need to give use test. Like suppose I will create one database, and when I want to work with some database, I need to give use test command in the command line. If we go here, I will go for the very first command which I have pressed today. First, this is my first command in this class. I created the database first. I created the database, and next command is, first command is show databases. Okay, I don't have anything before that. Next is I created one database, and I am using the database, and that I have created the table, partition table. So, and I have described and formatted, and again I dropped the table. Again I created some. So this is how you need to work in command prompt, command line. Whereas here it is not like that. Whatever you want, you can select it from here. Okay, you need to do, suppose for example, I want to create one database. Create database some test1. Okay, test1 I created. So database is going to be created here. Okay, now if we go here, refresh it. Databases are 3 databases I have it actually. One is default, test, and test1. I created some test1. Yes, so I am using test1, and here I can create whatever the table you want. Create, okay, table, this thing like this you can create it. Your tables, everything you can create it how you are doing. Okay, now I am going to my test database to do some operations here. Now I selected my this is this database. Usually when you are working with command line, if you want to see the data, you will give some select star from something. Yes, suppose if you want to see the data of this, you need to give select star from emp underscore part1, like that you are going to give. Okay, you will get the data like this. Whereas if I am not going to give like that, I will just give here. I can just select here, and if you click here, you will get all your data here. If you see it here, I didn't give any select command. I just took that and PART. Okay, this is my, I'm going to just, even you can select it like this here also. Okay, this is my data. Okay, now I want to do some chart here. Okay, we can put here for which employee how much salary for this 101, 102, 103 like this. If you want to find out the data, you can even you can do like this. The data you can find here. Employee number x-axis, employee salary on y-axis. Okay, even you can put employee or some department number, and we can put salary also. How many? For example, 101, how much it is getting? 1005. Okay, see, so in such a way you can get the reports. You can even you can see the pie charts, and these charts also you can apply here. It is a grouped actually. Okay. So whatever, however you want, you can see in such a way. Even if we want, you can put some employee branch and then salary also. You can put like this. Okay. Bangalore, Pune. We give for stacked also. Hyderabad, you can get it. You can grouped also. You can get it there. So you have a different options. You can do like this operations also. This is called the difference between whatever the command prompt line you are doing, the same thing you can do it in Vue also.
Okay. And I'm assuming we should be practicing in command line more than Hue. Hue.
Yeah, it is compared to command line. This is the better one.
Oh, okay. So should we do
Yeah,
most of our
you
practice in Hue, or should we do most of our practice in command line?
see. Usually we are going to build the projects in the real time through the Vue only, not command
Oh,
prompt.
okay.
So better to practice in Vue.
Okay. All
My
right. Thank you.
suggestion.
All right.
Okay.
And just to review, just to make sure, at this point I should be practicing how to, I should be able to create a database, create a table, and then load the data from the file into a partition database, into a normal database, and then also from a normal database into a partition database, right?
Yes.
Okay. Was there anything else?
Yeah. Today I'm done. Tomorrow I'm
Okay.
going to explain the bucketing concept. In Hive bucketing, on concept we have some bucketing that I'm
Mhm.
going to explain tomorrow.
Okay. And what time will that be?
It will be 11 o'clock only.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Tomorrow. We can have it by 9:30 because I am not going anywhere tomorrow. Even I don't have office tomorrow.
Okay.
By my time is 9:30 p.m.
Okay. And what time zone is that?
That means to 9, 10:30, 11:30, 2.5 hours ahead.
All right. Okay.
Okay?
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Bye. Yeah, Sandeep, are you clear? Yes? Yeah, I'm winding up the session, man. I'm leaving.